and we are off. So Notre Dame gets things started. They're a team that have been incredibly defensively stout all year, especially as of late, yet to have given up a goal here in the NCAA tournament. And they're a team working with a first-year head coach in Chad Riley, and they've really built some momentum as of late, and now is a major opportunity for them as a program to continue building, especially knowing that their last NCAA championship came in 2013. And you look at the other side of the coin, the Indiana Hoosiers came into this season after their loss in the national championship last year, and it seemed like they came in seeking redemption from the onset. We saw a team go undefeated in the Big Ten, win the Big Ten regular season title, and win the Big Ten tournament. And now they're here, one game away from Santa Barbara in the College Cup.
And we saw that their main 3 goals last year were to win the College Cup, in addition to win the Big Ten and win the Big Ten tournament. Now, they weren't able to do any of those, but this year they've gotten 2 of those first 3, and whether they can win that College Cup, well, it's going to depend on this matchup today, offensively this year.
McLeod now trying to get around Reese Buckmaster, but he cannot. And Reese Buckmaster has been a stud all year defensively. Renix now playing a ball forward. And a takedown right near the edge of the box, but no call as it's cleared out. Griffin Dorsey on his way towards the box, and that'll simply be a throw-in.
And for a play like that this early in the match, it's going to set the tone for the level of physicality later on. So if they're not going to call that, then it opens the door for more physical-type plays like that.
Jack Mayer on the ball now. Truly has been a surprise in that back line. Only a freshman coming in to replace Grant Lillard, but he's been stellar.
No, Mick can be a part of a run similar to that, and Notre Dame has a chance here. It's going to be a tough test here in Bloomington, but the Fighting Irish have the horses.
Thomas now, he sees the overlap from Gutman on this near side. Gutman, low cross into the box, and it's cleared out. Swartz now. Quick cut back inside. Off foot thrown into the box, and Thomas can't keep control, but a nice opportunity for Indiana. And what we saw there again, Andrew Gutman and his ability to overlap on the flank.
And Gutman
taken from him due to an ACL injury. He was out for the entirety of the year, didn't experience that College Cup run. As Renix flicks this ball forward for Poncho. One touched up in the air, and then Notre Dame looking for the clearance. Berneski doing a good job getting that out, but that Northwestern game, he came out, and then Coach Yeagley told him he was out for the rest of the game, and he just told Yeagley, no, I'm coming back in. So he came back for that Northwestern game and played a pivotal role in their comeback against Northwestern. As we see a beautiful move by Renix now. Ball to the top of the box for Poncho, but it's cleared out. Gutman now fighting with McFadden. And Notre Dame can look to counter here. In matches, he's been so crucial. Renix now starting the counter. Pushes it out wide to Buckmaster at the Big Ten logo. Buckmaster looks up, tries to cut inside. Can't. Swartz now, cross into the box for Thomas, who feeds it forward. Looking for his teammate. Beautiful effort from Gutyar.
And the
it over to Timmy Mel, all Big Ten second team. The accolades just run through this entire team.
And then you have Trey Muse and Andrew Gutman as well, Mac Herman finalists, semifinalists, I should say, and also on the all Big Ten team. Just a lot of talented players and a lot of depth on this team.
Gutman now at the NCAA logo. Cross into the box looking for Renix, and he just heads that wide, but a great opportunity for the Hoosiers.
Renix has been one of the more explosive scoring options on this Indiana team all season long. He can do it with either foot, and he was overall. And offensively for the Hoosiers, they've done a good job pressing up on this Notre Dame team. And offensively for the Fighting Irish, set pieces have been good.
Renix with a filthy move to get into the box, but he can't get that low cross to his intended target. Indiana still in possession. Swartz looking for Gutman. Off a deflection, Indiana throw in. And the Hoosiers starting to build momentum now. Thomas looking to his right and resets things with Mel. Mayer coming up with the ball, and he's been so intelligent with those decisions. Now Gutman out wide, looks up, cuts inside, and to the top of the box for Poncho, trying to create room. Now it's Gutyar. That's deflected. Swartz now going to give it a rip. But not enough on that one, and that's...
A game of spurts so far, you could say.
It's a flick forward for a Sherris. Can't get beyond the reach of Jack Mayer. Now Dorsey coming back in defense. This cross comes to the far side. We've heard his name a few times throughout this broadcast, but he's returning from a gold medal. You know, no big deal, you know. American championship with the U20 squad.
It's going to be a welcome sight to have both of them back for the remainder of this tournament.
See now Spencer Glass checking into the game for Indiana. And Notre Dame making that expected substitution with Jack Lynn. Dorsey fighting for the ball, trying to keep possession. Renix now has it on the turnover. Here's Glass, the recent substitute, but a beautiful slide tackle coming from Diedrich. Glass again. Gives it to Gutman, and then it's knocked clear. Swartz to Glass. Through the legs of his defender in front of him, and Gutman with a nice cross, but it's headed out. Now, no.
With that shot. Now, they had a little bit of momentum, and they didn't have numbers at first. Might have been the reason he gave that one a rip, but you pass that out, you try and get a better shot opportunity. That was at least 20, 25 yards away, and it was on.
Notre Dame still has it. Duma now on the overlap, looking up. Cross into the middle of the box. Saved by Muse, but another shot. Rebound. And another save. Muse showing you why he's one of the best in the nation.
And that's unbelievable. Trey Muse makes that original save, and it's essentially just a parry. That one might have gone off the post. Regardless of what it was, Trey Muse was in the right place at the right time, and he got up like a shot as soon as that second shot was coming. And that is exactly why he's one of the best.
Now McLeod taking it short. Sends this cross to the front post, and that just falls easily to Trey Muse. Doesn't have to make the same effort. Swartz playing much deeper in the midfield than he's played recently. Slotting there next to Jeremiah Gutyar. Jack Mayer in control. We mentioned Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Part of that St. Louis recruiting pipeline for the Indiana Hoosiers. So this throw-in is over the head of McFadden, and Palazzolo can get things started. Renix pushing it forward. Now Gutman on the ball, sending it forward for Glass, but Glass doesn't have the speed to get there.
And Glass has been very opportunistic today. He hasn't really had a concrete chance to score, but you always see him streaking down the flanks. It's something that he's been doing a good job of today. And if Notre Dame doesn't start to limit those opportunities, it wouldn't surprise me to see Glass play a pivotal role offensively in the closing minutes of this half.
And a mistake from Timmy Mell, but not too costly with Trey Muse staying attentive. But now another turnover here, and Notre Dame has numbers. McFadden looking up, trying to get beyond Mell. Now dropping it off for Lynn, cross into the box, and an incredible play by Gutyar. Jack Casey running into the far post, and he can't get on it.
And you see Trey Muse right now, he is livid. There was a little bit of a collision with one of the Notre Dame defenders as soon as he was trying to punt that ball off, and he is letting the referee know.
Notre Dame with 2 corner kicks and Indiana with none, which is somewhat rare for them. Indiana, a team that relies heavily on their set pieces. And you talk to Coach Riley, the most important thing for him was set piece defense coming into the match.
And Indiana had 160 corner kicks entering this match. It was something that they do a great job of putting out there on a regular and game basis.
Duma cross to the near post looking for Lynn, but it's cleared out. Notre Dame now can switch the field.
You take a look at the flip side of that, Notre Dame has allowed 103 corner kicks while only registering 105 of their own this season. So perhaps one of the strengths of Indiana was a weakness of Notre Dame, but the Fighting Irish have done a good job neutralizing a lot of the set piece opportunities for the Hoosiers.
And that has to go to scouting right there. Knowing the strength of Indiana, it seems that it's been one of their main goals to work around that. And now Gutman with it. I'm always a big fan of ping pong in soccer, when the ball just never hits the ground.
A lot of collisions will come as a result of that.
Glass with a quick cross, but couldn't keep the ball in play. That'll set up a goal kick.
But there's Glass again. You see him moving down that flank. One of those balls is going to find its way into a dangerous opportunity for Notre Dame, and it wouldn't surprise me to see Glass be the one who does it.
Glass and Swartz both playing a very similar role on this team with their ability to facilitate, both lefties. But Spencer Glass has earned the title, according to Yeagley and a bunch of his teammates, of best left foot in the nation. That's high praise.
That is very high praise. I mean, in the nation speaks not only about a very stacked Big Ten conference and with all the teams still remaining in the tournament.
Glass using that left foot for a beautiful first touch. And the Hoosiers can reset now with 1:45 to go. Swartz on the right side. The overlap for Buckmaster. Looking up, cross to the near post, trying to find Dorsey, but can't. Swartz again. Chipped forward. Off a defender, now to Glass, who sends that rifle over the net.
Well, Glass got his opportunity, but he wasn't able to take advantage. The volley goes well over the crossbar. And you take a look at that replay, just got a little too far under the ball, just a little bit. And as a result, that one not on frame.
Jamming some balls that I think we could move it up one or two more times, get the ball wide, see where the seams open up. So a little bit impatient. There's a lot of energy tonight in this place, so I think our guys are going to make some better decisions here in the second half.
Now a couple of dangerous opportunities for Notre Dame. How do you think the defense has responded?
Well, I mean, they're clearly, trying to get some balls in the box. Any long throw opportunity, they're playing some balls. I mean, we know that. We got to be ready for it and, do our best not to give them, throw-ins deep in our area.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
A sense of physicality coming from both sides.
Well, there's been a lot of bodies flying. We saw on that play right there. That was the very beginning of the game where Griffin Dorsey was really upended. Andrew Gutman's been taken down a couple of times. He was down for 2 extended segments. Really had to try and recover, but been a lot of bodies flying, a lot of ligaments just going all about, but nobody been able to find the back of the net yet.
And it seems like one of the things that Notre Dame has been successful in doing is we see a bunch of their chances and opportunities as taking Indiana out of their comfort zone. Talked to a few of the players here at halftime, and they mentioned how Indiana isn't connecting the amount of passes they usually do. They're sending in too many long balls. It'll be interesting to see how that changes. But both sides have shown signs of life in this first half.
There's been some aggressive chances. Indiana and Notre Dame both have had strong opportunities to try and put one in the back of the net, but neither has been able to do so. But if Indiana continues to play like they're playing in the first half, they're going to be giving up a few too many opportunities. But if you're the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, you have to make sure that you don't play too lackadaisical at times and let Indiana get one.
Of course, Renix and Corey Thomas are on the ball. We are off here in the second half, and now a storyline to watch for here will be whether or not Frankie Moore returns into this game. As Renix has the ball now, he takes a long shot. He drills that off the sideboard. But as I was saying, Frankie Moore started this game. He's taken off halfway through, and he's not back out there to start the second half. He first team All Big Ten, so pivotal for this team. Plays that 6 role in the center defensive mid. And he's important to controlling the pace. It'll be interesting to see if he comes into this match. He hurt his hamstring last match. But that could change things for the Hoosiers.
It's one of those things where if you put him back into this ballgame, you want to make sure he's at 100%. Now, him at 80 or 90% still might be better than some options, although this is a very deep and talented Indiana team. But you also want to make sure that he's going to be able to play up to the highest level and not cost the team anything.
And what Frankie Moore has been able to do for this team, not only as a vocal leader, one of the captains on the team, but his ability to play defensively in that center defensive mid role. Does a great job covering for these fullbacks, Reese Buckmaster and Andrew Gutman, who come up all the time.
And this is a very difficult place to come into and try and win a match.
A rough turnover there by Mayer as Notre Dame is playing that high press. A drive in the box now and a quick takedown. And we'll look to the referee to see if there's any call. There will not be. That was a tough play there.
And we've talked about the physical play being one of the hallmarks of the first half, and that's just another instance. The first matchup between these two teams, Justin Rennick's game-winning goal. Was he offsides? Was he not? A lot of controversy regarding that decision as well, and this might be another chapter to the history between these two teams in 2018.
Spencer Glass now trying to force the turnover. He does. Gutman on the overlap, a rip from the top of the box, off the head of Thomas, but saved by Turnbull.
And that's a shot where I don't know if that one might go in if it's not off of the top of Thomas. If we take a look at the replay, if that doesn't hit his shoulder blade, it might have a trajectory further towards the far post, and putting him in a different position changes the X's and O's of this Hoosier offense and defense.
Mel with the turnover now as the Hoosiers look to counter. Rennick lays it off for Swartz. Push forward for Glass, and now Thomas on the ball. He's got room, a through ball forward for Glass, but once again, can't get by Diedrich.
Diedrich has been an animal back there today. Seemingly every time he is tested, he has answered the call. He has been the stalwart back there for the Fighting Irish.
Gutman now with a little bit of a meg on the far side, but he couldn't keep control. I don't even know why I said a little bit of a meg. That was a sincere meg. That was the whole thing. Now a counterattack coming from Towns. He's got room trying to find Lynn, and Mel is there.
You know, you like the idea there, but you don't like the execution. It could have been a neater or more clean ball and a better line. A good idea to try and hit your streaking teammate, but unless you know you can get that pass through, you might want to just keep going with it yourself. See what you can do with it.
Duma now over to McLeod. One-on-one with Buckmaster. A little bit of a spin move over the ball. But now Poncho can contain it. McCabe sending it to the far post. Gutman and Mayer are there, and now Muse just grabs that.
Another great play from Trey Muse. He called off his defenders, really rushed to the ball, and now he set up this counter.
Glass with space. Gets by a defender who falls. He's got room now. Low cross to Poncho, who's taken down in the box. No call. And Notre Dame can now come the other way.
And that was a little less contact than the...
Newland in control now in the midfield. But not for long as Andrew Gutman forces the takeaway. Gutman on this far side looks up. Contemplates a cross, but rather leaves it for Austin Poncho. And the Hoosiers elect to slow things down. Swartz to Gutman once again. Now electing to make that cross, but it's cleared out by Towns.
First half, it seemed like just when one team was starting to get a lot of momentum, the other team would come back and grab it. Notre Dame had some good chances, and this could be the opportunity for Indiana to grab back some of that momentum.
Swartz at the NCAA logo. Poncho plays it forward now for Glass. Low cross in the box, trying to find Thomas. But a desperate clearance from Berneski, and the Hoosiers, however, have possession still. Gutyar to his left foot, playing it forward for Rennick, but another great clearance coming from Farley. Thomas now. Rennick, Poncho. Looking again for Rennick, who can't get control of that, and that's out of play for a goal kick.
That was a scary opportunity.
Midfield, and when you look at the way Indiana has made adjustments here in this second half, they're starting to play more of their style as Gutman has it. Overlap from Glass. Glass with a rip off the side netting. What that'll do, though, it'll set up a corner kick. You see that was saved by Turnbull, and now Indiana looking to work to their strong suit.
First corner kick of the day for Indiana. Notre Dame's done a good job limiting set pieces, but this could be the moment.
How much they want this. Near post cross. Gutman up in the air, and Turnbull gets to it. Jumping up over the head of Corey Thomas.
That is a tremendous play by Turnbull. It's one of those instances where you have to have the ball entirely or you have to let your defense come up with it. And Turnbull wanted that ball in his hands. He leaped up to get that thing. He was a football reference for you. He Randy Mossed him for that ball.
Oh, he options out there. Nice little hesitation. Hezzy Jimbo. Swartz delivers. Into the middle of the box looking for Gutman, but just out of reach. But now it's cleared out for another corner kick, and the Hoosiers continue building momentum. Gutman to the far post. Delivered near post. Off the head of Poncho. Now to the top of the box for Glass. Glass sends it into the box for Mel. It's off his head and cleared out by Barneski. Mel in control. Fighting with Towns. Plenty of physical contact. But ultimately no call. It'll just be a... Rather, it will be a call. Why not? With his facilitating ability. And now another turnover. Glass with room in front of him. But he elects to slow it down and give it wide to Swartz. Now back to Gutman. Glass looking up, trying to send a cross in the box, but once again, Diedrich is there. Gutman up to Swartz. Glass cross into the box, far post for Dorsey. He gets a head on it, might have gotten a chest on it, but can't get it beyond the defensive efforts of Notre Dame.
And we saw that earlier when Notre Dame had a chance to score on Indiana. It was Gutjahr who essentially just pinned the ball between the ground and his cleats in a similar instance. But that time, Dorsey with the best real scoring opportunity, real tangible chance for this Hoosiers team. You get the feeling it's only going to take one to win this game today.
You never know.
Oh, you never know. Strong defensive efforts, though.
Incredible efforts. Swartz looking up, switching field. A dummy coming from Glass, and Gutman has it. He creates space on the wing, and Poncho puts it in the back of the net.
Efforts, though.
Incredible efforts. Swartz looking up, switching field. A dummy coming from Glass, and Gutman has it. He creates space on the wing, and Poncho puts it in the back of the net. Austin Poncho gives the Hoosiers the first goal of the game.
It was all set up by that dummy play, like you said, Eddie. As soon as Gutman had a beat on the defender, he was able to play that perfectly. And Poncho was very, very close to that line as soon as he put that one in, and all he needed to do was just tap it and had a lot of elevation on it, but when you're that close, doesn't matter.
Fadden all up top. Played pivotal roles all season. Gutjahr trying to find Dorsey on a through ball. Can't, but now he finds him here. Dorsey taken down in the box, but it was a remarkable tackle from Farley. Gutjahr again, backheeled to Dorsey. Dorsey gets by Farley this time. Cross into the box, cleared out by the Notre Dame defense, and McFadden can send it long. Gutman has it on this far side. Up to Glass, who quickly passes it out to the wing. Cross into the box, looking for Gutjahr, but cleared out. McFadden has it. Diedrich trying to get beyond Spencer Glass, but he's pressing hard. And now a fight for the ball up in the air. Finally for Notre Dame, Barneski able to clear it long. But not for much attacking-wise, so the Hoosiers keep possession again. Buckmaster to Glass, and right back to Buckmaster. The 1-2 working on the far side. Buckmaster looking to cut in. Cross far post, but just way too much on it.
The national championship game where everything's on the line. Well, you might play a little bit different, or you might play like Andrew Gutman said, a little bit scared. So by playing your normal, typical, everyday game, you're going to find yourself playing better than you would if you're a little bit stressed out.
Now off that turnover. Glass has it. Quick little spin move, but not much more. And the physicality continues as the fans get into it on the far side.
And it's been interesting. In the second half, it's almost like Notre Dame is the more aggressive team, but they've been aggressive to a fault. They continue to push the boundaries, and a couple of fouls and a yellow card in this half for the Fighting Irish.
So Gutman playing it forward for Poncho. Right back to Gutman. Blows by two defenders, now looks up and sends a shot just over the keeper. But again, Indiana continuing to attack the Notre Dame net.
You can see down on the right side trying to score, and that set the tone. It said, we're going to let people play today. We're going to be there if things get overly physical, but otherwise we're going to let the bodies fly.
Dorsey now. Cuts by one defender, back heel, back to Dorsey, and a quick shot right at the keeper. Turnbell is there.
I like the decision, though, to get a quick rip on that particular play by Dorsey. If he takes one more touch, more than likely he's going to get the ball swallowed up by the defender right next to him. But if he just flicks it somewhere, even if the keeper has the play on it, there's a chance he can get it past him in some way or another. It's worth it just to try.
And now Dorsey coming in the attack, and he's taken down and aggressively looking at the referee. He looks like he might be a bit hurt.
And I think that's another instance here. He undercuts him a little bit. I wouldn't say there was as much contact as there was when Poncho was just taken down, but it's still a dangerous play because Dorsey's planning on putting his leverage in a certain way based on how the defender is coming at him. And when the defender completely goes a different direction, Dorsey's left very vulnerable.
So Dorsey forced to limp off from that one. Frankie Moore, the captain of Indiana, almost asking for a card there. I mean, a conversation with the ref, but what this does now is it sets up Spencer Glass with an opportunity to feed a ball into the box. The Hoosiers with 5 men at the top of the box. Glass delivers to the top of the box. It's cleared out. And Frankie Moore will get there. Moore cross into the box, far post. But it's in the hands of Turnbull. Said it throughout the broadcast. Swartz with 15 assists on the season, leading the country. And 5 assists so far in this tournament. An aggressive slide tackle coming in from Frankie Moore. And that'll be a yellow card to Frankie Moore, and that'll be his 5th on the season. And that'll mean he will miss the first game of the College Cup if the Hoosiers are on to the next round.
And that's huge. With the amount of physicality in this game, I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that call, seeing as there have been several more physical moments from both sides. That's one where you might let it go.
Oh. Rennick's header goes to the foot of Towns. And now Jordan Klein has it in space. Trying to get around McCabe. Now pushes it to the far side. And he'll potentially look to run this into the corner. Hoosiers most likely going to take their time with this throw-in after McCabe knocked it out. With all the anticipation waiting. Swartz on it now. Notre Dame looking to the side for an offside call. Don't get it. And Swartz pushes forward in the attack with the ball to Rennicks. Swartz taken down from behind, and Glass taken down from in front. Aggressive tackles from both sides, and that'll set up a set piece with only a few minutes remaining.
If Indiana does not score on this set piece opportunity, if you're Notre Dame, you have to grab this ball and you have to go. Just about 2 minutes remaining. This is your last opportunity.
Clock continuing to tick down. Swartz to Glass. And Glass trying to get it back to Swartz, but a bit long, and that'll set up a goal kick. Motioning to their fans, knowing what is only 50 seconds away. Muse into the midfield. Glass with it, and he can run this out. Indiana, a team that seemed to be doing the remarkable last season with an incredible back line with Grant Lillard and Trey Muse behind him. Made it all the way to the national championship game and lost to Stanford. And they came back this season with one goal in mind. They won the Big Ten regular season, they won the Big Ten tournament, and they found themselves now in position for redemption. And with that, the redemption tour continues on. The Hoosiers are off to the College Cup in Santa Barbara. It's chaos, Luke.
It really is. I mean, you got the students storming the field, but with great reason. This Indiana team played a remarkable second half. They came out of halftime, as you mentioned, from Coach Yeagley's speech. They didn't play scared. They were the aggressor, and now they're heading to the College Cup.
It's reminiscent of the scenes of last season with all the fans on the field and the Hoosiers putting together a remarkable performance to get themselves into the College Cup. We saw plenty of physical play from both sides, plenty of chaos from both teams in this rivalry matchup. But ultimately, the Hoosiers come out on top.
A fantastic finish, but Indiana will have to worry a little bit about Frankie Moore missing the next game with yellow card accumulation, but right now, enjoying the moment.
Absolutely enjoying the moment. We saw Andrew Gutman with an impeccable cross to really get this done. Running down the flank and finding Austin Pancho by the back post. There were plenty of opportunities for guys like Griffin Dorsey, but that goal right there is the one that put the Hoosiers over the edge. And it all came down to this when the team needed it. So now we're going to send it down to the third member of our team, Mary-Kate Hamilton. What you got?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Austin Pancho. Austin, the lone scorer of the game, but the only one Indiana needed. You're going to the College Cup. How does it feel?
It's an unbelievable feeling. There's no program and fan base and group of seniors and team that deserves it more right now. It's awesome that we can give back to the fans, and it's just a great feeling all around. Great team effort, great win.
Now you're a senior. This was your last game here at Bill Armstrong Stadium. How are you feeling?
It's amazing. I mean, there's no words to describe it. All these seniors here, we earned it, and it's amazing that we can go off this Armstrong field winning again.
And as a senior, what are you guys going to do in California to make sure that what happened last year does not happen again?
Everything we can, everything we've been doing. It's our year this year.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thanks, Austin.
Thank you very much, Mary-Kate. And that's a man that's earned this experience.
Most certainly so. This senior class, one that will go down for years to come as one of the greats in Indiana soccer history.
So with that, put an end to this broadcast, an end to this match. The Hoosiers off to the College Cup with a 1-0 victory over Notre Dame. I'm Eddie Cotton. Alongside me, Luke Hallett, Mary-Kate Hamilton on the sideline. And thank you to everyone in production. It was an incredible season for Indiana, and it continues on.
Where are we going?